Interface Video, in cooperation with Fairfield Federal, presents Fairfield Today. Brought to you by Fairfield Federal Savings and Loan, Fairfield Medical Center, Fair Hope Hospice and Palliative Care, the Frankie Smith Funeral Home, Fairfield County Adam H., Dagger Law, and the Fairfield County Board of Developmental Disabilities.
Hello friends, and welcome to Fairfield Today. Paul Jasson with you on as we begin our taping today, a beautiful spring day in downtown Lancaster. Thank you for joining us. We are, of course, inside the lobby of Fairfield Federal, where we'll have what I presume will be a wonderful show today, and it's one of these that I don't know that I scheduled it, but perhaps I'd rather be lucky than smart. Today is all about the arts. We love talking about singing groups and instrumental groups. We love all to have those folks, and we're so blessed here in Lancaster and Fairfield County to have so many in each of those categories, and we'll have one of each today. The second half of the show coming up will be the Lancaster Men's Chorus. We'll talk about their annual event, the Ham and Eggs, which is always a knockout performance. We'll have that coming up. But first we'll start out, it's springtime. It's time for the Lancaster Handbell Ensemble. We've got the artistic director with us today, Bill Wittman. Bill, welcome.
Thank you very much, Paul.
Glad to have you, brother.
My pleasure to be here once again. It's amazing.
It is
amazing.
It's come around again. It's springtime. It's a beautiful day here. We hope for that on May 4th coming up here shortly. And you've got your annual spring concert coming up, Cascades of Sound.
Yes.
We were talking about it before we went on here. Sounds like it's going to be a knockout performance in a lot of different areas, a lot of bells and whistles going on. You have to be pretty excited about this.
I am very excited about this. Cascades of Sound is handbells and guest artists unite. So what we're attempting to do here is bring in some of the premier performers to solo with the handbell choir that are from the region, Fairfield County, Lancaster, and we have several soloists coming in to work with us, eight of them, and some assisting artists as well. And so it's just going to be a wonderful opportunity to showcase the talents of our artists, accompanied by our handbell choir, and also do some unique handbell experiences as well.
Well, I think the audience will be in for quite the show. It's always even if it's only, and I say only, the Lancaster Handbell Ensemble, it's a fabulous show, but now it'll be enhanced by all these other things, which we'll get into and talk about that. So it's Cascades of Sound. It's set up for Sunday, May 4th at 3 o'clock at First Presbyterian Church, just about a block from here. Beautiful location for that. It's going to be an exciting show. And if you want to look it up on the web, you can look up just LancasterHandbellEnsemble.org. That's how you can look it up. Just look up Lancaster Handbell Ensemble and get your search engine. You'll find it. They got a great website there, a lot of information on it. So you have, and I think in our talking you mentioned that one of the gentlemen that was actually, and part of what the Lancaster Handbell Ensemble does is provide scholarships to musical students coming out of Lancaster and Fairfield County.
Yes. And
was it last year's award winner is coming back to give back?
So it is the most recent award winner.
Yes.
Kyle Miller. We gave him the award at the winter concert.
Yeah.
And so Kyle is finishing his junior year at Ohio University as a music ed performance major there in trumpet.
Wow.
And one of our performers couldn't make it due to some unforeseen circumstances, and Kyle volunteered to step right in there, and so he's going to be playing trumpet on one of our pieces for us, and it's going to be fun. We have two woodwind soloists coming to play with us, a vocalist, a euphonium soloist, Laura Lineberger, retired from the military.
She is amazing.
Army Band, Washington, a former student of mine and Lancaster native. So it's going to be just wonderful. We're going to start the program off with an organ prelude by Lean Latour. And Lean is a grad student.
If you know that name.
Yes, if you know that name. The father is J.D. Latour, band director at Burn Union. And we know the quality that he is providing out there in that school district. So we're anxious to have Lean come in and play organ for us. He'll play an organ prelude and an interlude, and also we're going to recap everything at the end of the program with a piece with organ, brass, and handbells. That'll be fantastic, won't it?
You're bringing it.
Well, I just thought that we need to do different things with the Handbell Ensemble. And one of the ways we can do that is showcase the talent within our community, and also show what the Handbell Ensemble can do in other ways. So it's been an exciting opportunity to bring this all together.
I've mentioned this before, and I think we probably talked about it. There was a time, let's say many years ago, where if you either sang or you played a musical instrument in your high school band in Lancaster or Fairfield County, if you went away to college and played, that's one thing, and good for you. That's an opportunity.
You bet.
But when you got done with that, perhaps when you came back, if you came back to this community, there wasn't a lot to do beyond what you'd done in college. You had to go perhaps Columbus or maybe bigger cities. But in the last, 10, 15, 20 years, the opportunities now for young people to come back to this community and live here and perform in whatever job they've decided to do. If you sing or you play instruments or even handbells, maybe you did that in your church choir, there's opportunities here in this community to further your performances.
I believe that's great. I think Lancaster is becoming an arts mecca. The festival kicks all of that off. But then you have all kinds of other groups. The Handbell Ensemble is very unique. And then we have the Lancaster Community Chorus, the Men's Chorus, all kinds of cool stuff happening. And, the community band is just wonderful as well. So, we can name quite a few opportunities and venues for people in the region and the area to go attend a unique music concert. And we believe we have something that's very unique, and certainly it's well supported by the community. And I wanted to talk a little bit about our sponsors today, if that's okay.
Let's bring that up. It's a wonderful program, got a lot going on, but these things take a little more than just your wanting to do it.
They do. And fortunately, I have a background that I'm not afraid to go talk to people.
I know that about you, yes.
So Fairfield Federal is one of our premier sponsors this year, and they're sponsoring our concerts. And so we just thank Fairfield Federal, Mary Kay Snyder, president, for their good work. And also I want to just send a big shout out to the Fairfield County Foundation. The foundation, we applied for a grant last year, and we were able to be awarded a grant, and we were able to purchase a unique set of what we call lower octave chimes. Now, think about your car and the subwoofers in these cars you're hearing. The chimes are similar to that, but not as noisy. They give you a lot of depth to the sounds.
And we're going to hear them.
And you're going to hear them at this concert. And that, along with a opportunity to commission a piece by Clark Hubbard. Clark is
local name,
local young man who is now at Vanderbilt, one of the band directors down there, and he composes on the side. He composed a piece for the Lancaster Handbell Ensemble. So it's going to be a world premiere of sorts. It's called Sky Dancer. So it's going to be a very unique piece. We've been working on it diligently.
And and you mentioned Mary here at Fairfield Federal and the Fairfield Foundation just up the hill here. We'll give a little quick plug to Clark. His mom is just above us here on the second floor. Penny is here, and Clark is and Penny's husband are just wonderful. Eric Hubbard are wonderful people to.
They are.
Raise a child that music has been his life, goes to Vanderbilt, and bingo, it just happens.
Well, I like to think I had something to do with it, since Penny and Eric were both students of mine too, way back when. But anyway, Fairfield Foundation, Fairfield County Foundation, they came through big for us and helped us sponsor this concert, the artists involved, as well as the commission and the new chimes. So big shout out to them.
So with this Cascades of Sound, again, it's coming up on Sunday, May 4th, 3 o'clock, First Presbyterian Church, Lancaster Handbell Ensemble, again, Cascades of Sound. So when you were thinking about putting this all together, and I know this just doesn't happen, a lot of thought goes in, I know how you plan things out. Was it always your plan to have all these other people come in to enhance the sound of the Lancaster Handbell Ensemble?
I wanted to see what was available out there, so I put my feelers out there. I'm thinking to myself, not just brass because I'm a brass player, but some woodwind soloists. So we have Gert Young and Maddie Wittman coming into play, some very unique pieces. And then we have a vocalist, John McLean from First Presbyterian, is going to be singing with us. As I mentioned before, Laura Lineberger. And also we have a unique piece that we're doing called Bugler's Holiday, an old Leroy Anderson piece.
It's beautiful.
3 trumpets and handbells instead of band or orchestra. Now, just think about the difficulty in handbell ringing to play an orchestra part. So our people are working pretty hard. And, it's just going to be a very fun, unique concert, something that I've wanted to do since I came on board, and we've got some very unique ideas for future concerts too. So we'll be talking about those as we move forward.
And I'll give a little plug here to Laura too. As an old trumpet and baritone euphonium player myself, I'm excited to hear her. She is fabulous. I heard her when she was in the military band. She came out here. Our friend Jim Morgan brought her back one time to perform.
Yeah.
And she just knocks your socks off what she can do.
She's amazing, and I'm so proud of her. I asked her to play a little. It'll be a special treat, a little encore, a solo encore, unaccompanied, because it's hard to keep. It'll be hard to keep up with her. And she's a Ohio State grad, so she's doing a piece called Mirror Lake that was written specifically by a professor up there at Ohio State regarding Mirror Lake, the lake in the middle of the campus. So it'll just come all together.
We'll have Shane put up the poster that you folks have, but there's just a paragraph on here, and I'll share this with you. Got just a couple minutes. Join us for a captivating concert showcasing the versatility and artistry of our handbell ensemble alongside talented soloists from the Lancaster area. A unique program highlights a rich diversity of sounds and musical styles. Don't miss this unforgettable evening of music and collaboration. I think you said it.
There we go, and you can get tickets right there at the door.
Sure.
You don't need to worry about
$10.
Line.
And if you're under 18, it's $5.
That's right.
Excellent. And again, it helps. Your money that you raise helps scholarships, and you'll see one of the recipients at the concert.
Not this time. We always do that in the winter concert.
But I mean, the recipient will be back this time, but the money goes to that fund, and you present that in the winter.
Absolutely, Paul.
It's LancasterHandbellEnsemble.org. Cascades of Sound, May 4th, 3 o'clock. First Pres, be there, be square.
It'll be fantastic. I am so excited. I'm really psyched for this concert.
If you had buttons to burst, you probably would.
I would.
Bill Wittman, the artistic director for the Lancaster Handbell Ensemble. Bill, thank you, and looking forward to just a wonderful concert.
Thank you very much, Paul. I appreciate you and everything that you do to support us.
It's a good group. We love being part of it.
Great.
We'll be back on Fairfield Today in just a moment.
If you've been thinking about getting a home loan, now is the time. Hi, this is Carrie James from Fairfield Federal. Our experienced lenders are here to help you make your vision a reality. For more than 125 years, we've been helping our community achieve home ownership. Fairfield Federal has convenient online application for your home loan, home equity loan, and home equity line of credit needs. Visit fairfieldfederal.com to get started. Fairfield Federal for checking, savings, and home loans. Data charges may apply, subject to credit approval. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender, NMLS number 402612.
The reason why I do what I do is I love helping people, and I really love to work on understanding and striving to improve the lives of the people in our community. Being in Fairfield County is having a network of people around you.
I am driven by my belief that every individual deserves an opportunity to achieve mental and emotional balance, and I'm very passionate about contributing to that process.
Community, connections, collaboration. The Fairfield County Way.
What makes Fairhope what it is our staff. It's always a question that we ask, why do you want to be here with us? And what they most always say is, you've touched my life this way. You know, you took care of this person, or I've seen what you've done and I want to do that. And so the staff that have been here know what it takes. They've been on the other side. They see what it takes to make someone comfortable, to make the family comfortable, and really what kind of support they need. And so I think that's what really makes Fairhope what it is.
Fairfield Medical Center is more than a hospital. We're a health system that's been putting people first for more than a century. From the youngest patients to the eldest, our compassionate team of caregivers are here to support you through every season of life. We are healers, cheerleaders, patient advocates, and champions. Your health is our greatest accomplishment, and we are proud to serve you. Whatever you're searching for, you can find it at Fairfield Medical Center.
Did you know Fairfield DD provides coordination for over 1,200 people in Fairfield County? That's 1,200 unique journeys, each filled with talents, dreams, and challenges. And while no two paths are the same, one thing is true for everyone. Life is easier when you have the right support. That's why we're here. From early childhood milestones to school transitions, employment, and adulthood, Fairfield DD connects individuals and families with the resources they need every step of the way. When the right support is available, a vibrant community where people lead lives of greater independence and make meaningful contributions becomes possible. Learn more at fairfielddd.com and check us out on social media. Together, we're building a more inclusive Fairfield County.
The Frankie Smith Funeral Home and Crematory in Lancaster and the Johnson Smith Funeral Home in Baltimore have a long and wonderful history of serving our community. Feel free to give us a call at 740-653-0652. Stop in and see us at either of our two locations, 405 North Columbus Street in Lancaster and 207 South Main Street in Baltimore. Respect for tradition, regard for change.
Welcome back to Fairfield Today. Sure want to thank Bill Wittman coming in to talk about the Lancaster Handbell Ensemble. And again, we've got kind of and it just, I think, worked out that way. Again, there were a lot of things going on in the spring that we like to highlight, and two of them. One of them was the Lancaster Handbell Ensemble. The other one is the ultra familiar Ham and Eggs 53rd year. They'll be having that. We got Wes Osborne with us to talk about it. 53 years. You've been in all those?
No, I haven't, but I've been in several. We have had, I think, maybe one member that's been in all, and then two or three other members that are still in the group that have been in 50-ish, like
50 plus. Yeah,
it's an amazing
great continuity.
longevity.
It's just and it is, and I think that speaks to the following that you folks have. You know, and I talked to Bill Wittman, who was just on, about all the groups in town that perform musically, whether it's vocally or instrumentally, and the following that you folks have and have worked up over the years is really a good one. People come to hear the Lancaster Men's Chorus.
Yeah, well, we're very fortunate to have such a supportive community of all those arts programs. I just feel blessed. I didn't grow up in this community, and I think that's one of the things that then you can really appreciate when you come into it, is for the size of the community. Lancaster and Fairfield County definitely kind of hits above its weight when it comes to all.
Well, you're right. They punch above, and when you think about all the music groups, whether it's the chorale, the community chorus, there's a women's barbershop group. There's a youth, have the Fairfield Youth Choir, have got the Ham and Eggs, and you guys, there's a lot going on.
Yeah. Now, I do like to brag a little bit, because as far as I can tell, we're the longest running non-religious music group in the county. I've never been able, I think there was one group that started maybe a few years after us, but I think the Lancaster Men's Chorus is the longest running non-religious, because obviously our churches have been here for some time with their music programs.
Well, and I'll put in heavy on the non-religious part. Having seen many of these over the years, I think you're clear with that designation. That's a perfect one.
That's right.
It's called A Night of Stars.
Yes.
It's the 53rd Ham and Eggs. It'll be May 8th, 9th, and 10th out at Ohio University Lancaster, just a tremendous venue out there. Yeah. So 8th and 9th at 7:30. So that'll be Friday, Saturday night at 7:30.
Actually, Thursday, Friday.
Thursday, Friday.
In the evening, and then the Saturday is the matinee. Yeah, That seemed to have worked really well.
You used to do a
for
Wednesday
folks.
one, didn't you? Kind of a dress rehearsal. Don't do that anymore.
Yeah, there were just not enough people showing up, and frankly, we needed the extra time. A lot of times, it was getting a little too close to being not a dress rehearsal occasionally. So
now, while we're talking about that, I was thinking about that when I was coming in. Is Becky Clark back?
Yes, she is helping us with.
She had to have a year off, I think, to heal up from teaching, dancing to these perhaps left-footed.
That's right.
If you've seen this, you understand that.
That's
Becky,
right.
She does a wonderful job, but she's back and
yes, we're very excited.
Sharp as ever.
Yes, she's helping us with the line dance this year. So the idea with the story is kind of built a little bit on the things that are happening with the Peters Planetarium.
A Night of Stars.
Yes, right. So there's that facility that there's been some discussions about what needs to happen with it, and so we're kind of pulling in that to a little bit with a group that's trying to save a planetarium. And they're going through all kinds of different things.
Kind of a touchy little hot button here, Wes.
Well, I think one of the things, we have somebody on the men's chorus that sings in our chorus that's also part of the group that's trying to do the best for that facility.
So you're going to use that as your out.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay,
that's right. But
I think that works.
I think it's good-natured fun, and they ultimately do save it, and I think that's our hope for the Peters. I know it's moving, but our hope is that it'll find a great new home, just like the planetarium in our.
Well, and for those who, and I hope everybody is familiar, and I'd say most people have been to one, if not multiple, ham and eggs, but it's broken down into two parts. The first part is, I think we'll go with the ham for the first part, which is a comedy sketch, singing, funny stuff, but they always hit on. There's always a theme, and it could be anything, but it's local names and local events and local venues they talk about in there, and everybody gets a good laugh over that. This year, perhaps it'll be the planetarium that will be mentioned most often. Then there's an intermission. They come back, they change of clothes, and they get real formal and do just a wonderful job on the eggs part of the things with your singing. So it's getting close here, May 8th, 9th, and 10th coming up. You gonna make it?
Oh yeah, it's always crunch time for me. I always feel like it's the grass that needs mowed and the men's chorus music that needs memorized and all these things that are happening. So yeah, we'll get there, but it's always a bunch of marathons that it feels like you're sprinting or something like that.
That's right. Got to have a big finish. It's coming up here.
Yes. We'll be very excited. And the music part this year is jazz kind of related music. So. Very excited. One of the big aspects of the program is to raise money for scholarships for students in Fairfield County. One of our students that received a scholarship that's going to Capital, Nate Betts, he's coming back and doing percussion with us. So he's going to be on the drum set. And we're doing Sing, 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 which has that incredible, drum part opening. So
it'll be perfect.
Yeah, we're very excited about that.
Is that Gene Krupa?
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Yeah.
And in the previous segment before you and Bill Wittman's on, he's under the same thing because they give scholarships away, and one of his trumpet players is coming back to be in his concert. Yeah. So I'd say from your aspect, and Wes, not only a tenor in the group, but is also on the board, one of the things that has to be most gratifying is when you can see someone that you've helped promote that has the natural ability able to come back here and give back a little bit.
Oh yeah, it is the perfect circle. And then there's also people who've received scholarships that have gone on to become music educators themselves. Some of them now at the stage where they're retiring, because that's how long the men's chorus music scholarship program has been around. But even they are still contributing to the community. Jerry Comer, who works with Rise Up Arts, and they've just had some great productions out there.
Was he a recipient?
A recipient, and taught in Columbus Public Schools and back in this community doing great musical things in this community as well.
One name that just pops up to me because I'm friends with their family, Dustin Seifert was his name, and this is many years ago. He'll be listed in the program if you list all the people, which you generally do. He became a music band director, and he is out in like Santa Fe, New Mexico, and that's where his career is going out there. But he had his start here and got the scholarship from you folks.
Yeah, we had very exciting as part of the inauguration this year. We got news that one of our recipients was selected to be part of the President's Own Marine Band that's there.
President's Own.
Yeah, so a scholarship recipient, somebody from the area out there representing us in that kind of elite organization as well. So yeah, Yeah, it's great.
And I think that's worth, and again, I think we've done a good job of that plugging, but that's, it's a nice addendum to what you do. Not only do you perform, and if you go, you get to hear just great comedy the first half, great music, good comedy.
I was going to say, let's not go too far here, Paul.
And great singing the second half. We'll clear it up with that, Wes, a little bit.
That's right.
But then also, you and I think, I don't know if it's 2 scholarships every year. I can't remember. There are several names.
Actually had 4.
But they give away the money that's raised. A large part of it goes to helping young people in Lancaster and Fairfield County who are going to further their music education.
Yeah. So again, it's been a part of the group, not the entire time, but 40 years, I think, something along that nature. So yeah, very fortunate, and again, as you said, very exciting when we see those kids come back into the community as young persons or as adults, and they continue that cycle of, again, helping Lancaster and Fairfield County kind of be this gem, really, in the area. There's just so much great art stuff that happens in the community.
Well, it's the 53rd annual Ham and Eggs coming up May 8th, 9th, and 10th. And how long have you been working on this? Several months?
Oh, yeah.
Not long enough?
That's what it feels like. Usually starts right as when we finish our Christmas concert, then we kind of start right in on these things.
So when this is over, May 11th, when would be the next big performance?
That'll be Christmas one? Is what's playing. So we've occasionally been downtown, but not this year.
Sure. So if at that point, after the Ham and Eggs thing is done here, if there's any interest from someone, perhaps either viewing this right now, or maybe we'll be in the audiences for these performances. I know you're always open to having new people in the group, and that's a lifeblood.
Yes, and we have, I think, 2 new members that will be with us at this Ham and Eggs, so that's great. But yeah, folks can visit the website, and there's a little section in there that says join, and it kind of gives some information about when our practices are and rehearsals are, and then for them to be a part of things, lets them know what the next step would be.
Go ahead.
I was just going to say, we haven't talked about how to get a hold of tickets for
that was where we were headed.
All right,
the QR code, that was going to mention
We've got that. Folks can get them online. We try to use a platform that has low fees, because that seems to be a frustrating part. But they can also get them at North End Press during the week. Great folks down there that are happy to help them get tickets during the week. Cash only down there if you're buying them, or check down there at North End Press. And then the chorus members, if you run into any of us around, we'll have tickets as well. And you get a little discount if you buy them ahead of time. So we encourage that. Yeah,
sure. What's the website?
LancasterMen'sChorus.org.
.org, LancasterMen'sChorus.org, the place to go. And again, Shane will put that up. They got the QR code on there, everything going on, and it's getting to be pretty exciting time now. I mean, it kind of it's real.
Yes, that's right. It does all end up coming together. I remember Chuck Haley. That's what he always said. He said, just give them some time and they'll get there. It's like I'm a person.
And he was the voice of many of these that had gone on. How many men in the group this year?
So we'll have 30 that'll be a part of this particular performance. Okay. There's sometimes a few that can do Christmas that can't do spring, or vice versa.
Sure.
So it'll be 30. So
it's just always such a great show. I mean, and again, the fun part, the ham part, and then the eggs part. 53 years. It's called Night of Stars. Has to do with the planetarium, kind of the little dust up not a dust up maybe, but some things going on with the planetarium locally. Yes. So you'll add your unique perspective to that. Yes. Wes Osborne, best of luck. LancasterMen'sChorus.org.
That's the one.
That's the website. You go on there. Again, you got the QR code. Little advantage on price if you get them.
Visit North End Press. Another opportunity to get tickets ahead of time.
I'll mention the great Dick Benedum down there too. Dick left us, but pretty much a lifelong member. I'm sure he would have been 53 now had he been here for this one. But
always in our hearts for sure.
Great guy. So Night of Stars with the Lancaster Men's Chorus, May 8th, 9th, 10th. Thursday, Friday, 7:30, and then Saturday at 3 o'clock matinee. Best of luck, Wes. It's going to be great. It always is. Looking forward to it.
Yep. All right.
Thanks for joining us, Fairfield Today.
Interface Video, in cooperation with Fairfield Federal, presents Fairfield Today. Brought to you by Fairfield Federal Savings and Loan, Fairfield Medical Center, Fair Hope Hospice and Palliative Care, the Frankie Smith Funeral Home, Fairfield County Adam H., Dagger Law, and the Fairfield County Board of Developmental Disabilities.